go, but I literally put you on what holds my phone for when I use the GPS on it, and it's the only thing that I have right now, so bear with me. Anyways, I'm on my way to pick up Kayla. We are on the way to church. This is a horrible angle for my double chin, so please don't even bother. It's the first time pretty much that I'm coughing all morning, so I'm doing better. I haven't eaten anything, so I haven't taken my medication, so we're gonna stop at Timmy's and get something, so I'll eat because I didn't really have time to make anything. But I had a pretty good night. I still had some sweating through the night, but nowhere near as drastic as I did the night before, so that's always good. We're supposed to get 5 to 10 centimeters of snow, which that should be all fun, especially since I have to drive in it to take Omar to work. And if you're wondering where he is at work. So that's why he's not here. And yes, for all y'all wondering, I am wearing a sweater to church because I don't have a jacket. So once I get a jacket, I'll wear a jacket. Hello. How's your morning?
Good. That was annoying me.
Oh.
Because,
Yes, cut me off already. You're already halfway out. Why don't you can promise, don't worry. I'm not honking at you. Y'all passes. Why do you
they're looking at you like they're
I'm
like,
not honking at you, I'm honking at them. The hell? You're halfway out onto the road,
and
then you want to stop.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you want me to go?
Um,
These people irritate me. No, I do not have road rage, people. Alright, so we just got out of Sunday service. It is currently 1 o'clock.
Yeah. See, this is why I like coming here, because it actually ends on time.
Yeah, so this is big church, and then there's a little church, but I don't go to the little church because the little church people are very judgmental and they're very old school, and it's just, I don't vibe with the pastor. So it's just, when you don't vibe with the pastor, it's just better if you don't go, because it's just, you don't relate to the message, you don't want to go.
Yeah, that church, I've been going there for years, and all they do is talk about stuff.
She straight cut me off.
Okay, go ahead.
No, it's okay.
No, go ahead.
No, continue. You already were mid-sentence in. It's all good. Just continue.
No, it's fine.
No, it's okay. Seriously, continue.
No, they're just old. They're very old school, like Bianka said. They're old school. The pastor's old. They don't really tell messages or have services that relate to this generation or people or teens and the millennial. They just don't do that.
I think one of the reasons I really especially don't want to go there is when I first started to go to church, I went there because Kayla went there, and and when we used to have Sunday school, Sunday school with I don't even remember his name. We don't even have to say it.
No, we don't say it.
But the guy who never let you take your turn.
Yeah.
But it was, so Kayla and this other person was supposed to, they were supposed to teach Sunday school, alternate,
yeah. But
he took full control.
And I was just like,
even when Kayla started the lesson. Anyways, that was my issue was one day in Sunday school, we were, I don't know how this topic came up, but we were we talked about suicide, and he practically said that people that commit suicide go to hell, and that just cut for me, because I've lost people in my life to suicide, and I know how it feels like to be on that side of the world, and that is completely not true. So after hearing that, I was like, nope, and I have not stepped foot back, and I ain't planning to. That's why I come here, because the messages here I can actually relate to.
And actually today our pastor was talking about people who are attracted to the same sex, and it was a very good message. He's not one of those pastors who'd be like, you know, no, you can't be homosexual, da da da, you know, like, you have to understand that even in Jesus' time, like he was saying, Jesus loved everybody.
Exactly.
So why is it that we can't just love everybody, even if they're in a different walk of life, even if they're not Christian, even if they're LGBTQ, if they're, you know, if they have a disability or a mental disability, physical, whatever they have,
like, cause
love them the same.
Exactly, because you guys all have to take blah 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 take into consideration as well is that the way you were born is the way God created you.
That's how He created
and
you.
I don't think people take.
Okay, first of all, why are you looking in the car like?
We just got out of church.
I got out of church, but he being creepy though.
Anyways, I think what people don't realize is the way you are born, regardless of what disability you have or whatever, God made you that way. So a lot of people might not know this, but I'm bisexual. But God made me that way, just like anyone. My throat. Anyone who, you know, is just a lesbian, like, God made you that way so that you like girls, not guys. And my throat, Lord. And that's what I think people don't take into consideration. They're like, oh, it's just because in the Bible it only says men and women. Yeah, but back then a lot of people weren't as open as they are now. That's what you also have to take into consideration. Back then it was really a different world. I mean, come on, you had to slaughter your own food. Now you just go to a grocery store and overpay prices.
Yeah.
You know, it's a different world, and that's what I don't think people are, you know, taking into consideration. I mean, look at the statuses of how many people have mental health issues, you know, me being one of them. Back in the day, it wasn't that big of a deal. I don't think anyone even talked about it or even knew what it really was. So times are changing, people are evolving, technology is evolving, the world is evolving. I mean,
all people have to do, especially Christian people, because there are many Christian people out there who are like,
close-minded.
I'm very surprised actually, because he's a pastor. This church is huge, by the way. They have a huge congregation, so I'm very surprised and I also like the way he went about saying what he did say about people who are homosexual, because some pastors would shut down the topic completely and be like, you know, you can't do that, da, da, da. But the way he went about it, I like the way he went about. Too bad we didn't really vlog it, but it's okay. But the way he went about it was exactly how Jesus probably would have went about it. You have to love other people. You cannot just shut people out. You
just
cannot
like,
do that.
That's like if Kayla that's like if Kayla came to me and was like, I want to marry a white man. I'd be like, okay, but that's not my type, right? Not like I'm racist to white people because I'm white, but it's like I can never see myself dating a white person just because that's not what I'm into. But that doesn't mean that because Kayla would be into that I'd be like, no, you can't. Or if I was if I wasn't married to Omar and I was married to a female, Kayla wouldn't be like, no, you can't do that. You know, it's at the end of the day, you love who you love, you are who you are, and as long as you trust in God and all the decisions that you make with God,
exactly,
that He is guiding you,
which is what people forget,
to make that decision. That's all that matters. So if you want to go, you want to marry that other girl, or you want to marry that guy, or do whatever you want to do. As long as you pray about it, you feel good about it, and you know that wherever you take your next step, you have God with you. That's all that matters.
Exactly. That's
at
all
the
that
end
matters.
of the day.
Nobody else's opinion matters except for God.
Exactly.
No
No one else's should matter, because at the end of the day, He is your Father and He is the Creator, and without Him,
you wouldn't be here.
Exactly.
None of us would be here.
I mean, you wouldn't also be here without your physical mom and dad.
Yeah.
But we going way
back.
centuries. Decade? Century? Centuries, right?
Yeah, centuries are hundreds.
Yes. Centuries!
Excuse me.
Back. And I'm like, wait, decades a year.
Decades are 10 years.
Yeah, that's what I said. Decades, 10 years.
You said a year.
Oh. I meant to say, see? Mental disability. Oh, I was thinking 10, but
You're thinking 10, but you said 1.
I forgot the 0. It's okay. It's okay, people. I'm surviving, okay? But you know what I mean? And also, I don't want to... if you watched my previous vlog, I believe it was the one that just went up, or I think it was day 6. I was telling you guys I was having a rough night. This church, I don't want to get into it yet, but the church service, especially when it started, it really did spoke to me. And even though, like, we all throughout our whole lives, no matter who you are, when there's struggles in your life, sometimes you do have, it's not even that you have doubt, it's more that you question God on why.
Which is not, this is not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing.
Question him all you want to.
Yeah, you can question him, but it's more like you're asking a question of, like, for example, let's say you applied for a job and it was in your field, whatever, and you didn't get the job, and you're like, why, God, why? I was perfect for it, money was great, I really need the money, why didn't I get the job? You know, and you kind of have doubt, like, why didn't God give that to me? Like, I thought He loved me, I thought He wanted it, you know. And it's just like, it's kind of hard sometimes, especially when you're in the moment, because I've been there, that, you know, you question it and you're like, does He not love me? Why is He, you know, kind of making me suffer? And it's not that. It's just, you just have to trust in Him, and you have to believe that He didn't give you this one because there's something
better.
way better
for you. Exactly.
And that's what a lot of people don't realize, and me being one of them. I think everyone in their life has done that, where you question it of why. But that's okay, because even though He might not talk to you and completely answer it, one day you will get that answer. And when you do, then you connect the dots, and then you be like, I got you. I see what you're doing. I see a little heads up would have been nice, so I didn't have to freak out.
Exactly.
But you know, it's
okay.
fine. We Gucci. We Gucci, okay? But you see, but everyone does that.
Yeah.
So it's all right. And you just, you know, the one thing we kept saying today was, in God we trust. And we really do. And now I really should get that tattooed on me so that I can engrave it in my head more. And I'm really thinking I should really get it, like, really here. Like, I'm not even joking about that. But yeah, so anyways, we're gonna go, but we just want to share the message from today's service, because we thought that it was really good.
Yeah.
And that it really, didn't he work at Canadian Tire or something? It was really familiar.
Didn't he?
He
looks familiar. Maybe he worked at the one at West.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
I think he was the stock person.
Because he looks very... Anyways.
We just wanted to share Sunday's message with you, because since it spoke to us so well, that we wanted to...
This is why I love coming here.
Share it with you. But yeah. So don't forget to pray and be thankful for what you have, because even waking up is a blessing.
Yes, it is.
Amen.
Amen.